Hello to you. I'm Jessie R. Johnson. This is Tartaria, the resets that partially destroyed it. Phoenix resets, Nemesis resets, and genocide against the Tartarian people. For all my videos, write Jessie, Jessie, Jessie Johnson Flat Earth into YouTube. Tartaria was a cosmopolitan culture, meaning it was worldwide on all continents of Central Earth. The Earth's surface is flat, not shaped like a ball, as the heliocentric religion has taught and brainwashed the hundreds of millions of us into accepting. Astronomy is not science, 100% so, not science. It is religion, and it is there to uphold the heliocentric religion. Now, the basic cultural elements of Tartaria began before the Great Flood that made the ocean's waterline rise at least 100 to 200 feet. This was ancient Tartaria, at least as far as I can tell, 2,000 to 15,000 years ago. And this is learned from what we today called lighthouses, but were in fact multi-purpose communication towers and geologic reference towers. Their bases were built on dry land at that time, but now they are submerged under dozens of feet of ocean water. Modern Tartaria, as far as I can tell, began somewhere around 700 to 1200 years ago. These dates are not definitive. They are very rough estimates. Two of the largest floods recorded was and is the Great Flood of Noah, happened in 10,994 BC, and the Ogygian flood, a gigantic beast. Because of the evil elites and the evil millions that follow them, the Herstory and the his story of the human race is at least 40 to 60% destroyed because of them. In other words, almost all, not all, of the human recorded past that we've been taught up to the present is a lie, a fabrication. The human race is on one side, is the most technically and mechanically brilliant species of all species, and there are 1.3 to 1.5 million recorded species. And simultaneously, the human race is the most socially evil, socially dark, of insane of all species. How is this even possible in nature? A brilliant mind, but dark, evil heart? You tell me. Politics, religion, economic, and bloodthirst, judiciary, and laws. Though I intended to do a lengthy exposition of Tartaria, this will have to wait. This video is about the resets, Phoenix resets, and Nemesis resets that buried parts of Tartaria in certain locations over the earth. Now for a few illustrations of this. Hold on, please. I'm going to move the camera. Now to continue. This here is the timeline for Phoenix resets. These are Phoenix transits or passes by the sun every 138 years. And when it passes, the very force of it passing by the sun creates havoc on the Earth's surface. This is AD. These are the years right here for AD. There's 15 of them for AD. And AD stands for Anno Domini, which means after our Lord's rising. 1 through 15. As you can see, the next time Phoenix comes will be in 2040. That's about 15 years from now, 2040 AD. The other one was 1902, 1764, 1626 AD, 1488 AD, 1350 AD, 1212 AD, 1064 AD. In the past, that is. Number 9 is 926 AD. 10 is 788, 650, 512 AD, 374 AD, 236 AD, and 98 AD. Here is BC. That means before Christ's birth. 16 all the way to 35. That was in 38 BC, or plus or minus 2 years, or 40 BC, 176 BC, 314 BC, 452 BC, 590, 728, 866 BC, 1004 years BC, 1142 BC, 1280, 1418, 1556, 1694 BC, 1832, 1970 BC, 2108 BC, 2246, 2384, 2522 BC, and 2660 BC. This is 35. And there are 2 dates for the Great Flood. Which one is 2229 BC. There are reasons why people consider it happened at that time. And also 994 BC. This is the one I prefer, is when the Great Flood took place. The next passing of Phoenix will be in 2178 AD, 100 every 138 years. Now for Nemesis. The transits or passes by the sun every 792 years. And when Nemesis passes by the sun, the force, as far as I can tell at least, is at least 2 to 3 times greater than Phoenix. This is AD. The next transit for Nemesis will come in 2046 AD. That's about 21 years from now. And before that was 1354. Before that was 582 AD. Here is BC. And number 4, 230 BC, plus or minus 2 years, just like Phoenix. 1022 BC to 1814 BC. 2606 BC. The next passing of Nemesis in the future will be 2838 AD. Now, hold on please. To continue. Now, I have just given you Phoenix resets, 35 of them, and 7 Nemesis resets. This is in the form of mud floods, red dust falling out of the sky. Also, the picking up of tens of thousands of fishes out of the ocean, because this is force, and it's And those fishes are picked up in one location and dropped great distances in other locations. And the rest of the Tartarians were, as far as I can tell, they were committed genocide against by humans. The Tartarians were, as far as I can tell again, 6 feet to 10 feet tall, on average range in height. From studying their toilets, doors, windows, etc., they had no religion and were, from the looks of it, the most technological and sociologically advanced. One second. Advanced and superior world society that most likely has ever been. Their art, economic system, education system, family structure, laws of rights, freedoms, privileges, medical system, mass media system of world communications, almost non-existent poverty, political harmony, non-existence of religion, science of public, free, F-R-E-E, free energy, free water, untouchable, untouchable, unpolluted, unpoisoned nature and ecologies, and spiritual maturity, as far as I can tell, which is impossible for us presently to equal or to come close to at this moment. As far as I can tell, Tartaria is the closest to a horizontal society we have ever come across. A vertical society is or hierarchical society is what we suffer from at this time. The most powerful, very, very few in the several thousands at the top, with the several billions, with less and less power as you go down the levels of wealth and power, is part of the vertical societies or hierarchical societies, which has 12 to 15 levels and is a world of absolute inequalities in all 12 universal institutions of humanity or of our kind. Horizontal societies, on the other hand, have 3 levels at maximum and almost no poverty, almost non-existent, and no inequalities in all 12 universal institutions of humanity existing. Free energy and no pollution of the air, water, food, or land. There has been 79 Phoenix resets in 11,040 years and 14 Nemesis resets in 11,088 years. Resets produce red dust from the sky, mud floods, fish and animals picked up from one location and dumped at other locations very distant from the first location. This will be all at this moment. I want to thank you, and please subscribe and share this video, and we will meet on the next video. I want to thank everyone again for listening and watching. Please have a fine day.